This is just a video in response to Lois Laney's comments about her sweet potato growth. She'd had some that had grown the slips underwater, and I just thought I'd show you what had happened to mine so far, because I'd had the similar thing happen to me with these. These are the bush bok variety, and I originally started these out in a flat dish because I couldn't work out which end to put into the jar. Once they'd established some roots, I then put them into a jar. But since then, whilst this one, if I can get it out, has grown slips from the top and the roots at the bottom, this one has grown one lot of roots, and then the slips started to grow from the same place. They're growing really well. But because they were all underwater, I put them back into a dish, which is why they're sort of bent at the bottom there. Now, having looked at Lois's, I've now looked a bit more closely at these, and I can't work out whether that root there is actually coming out of that slip, which is again underwater. Quite fascinating, these things. But certainly I've got a really good growth on this one. I'm really pleased with this one. And hopefully with the name bush bok, these are going to be a nice low growing bush variety rather than a trailing vine. Get it back in there. Certainly it'll be interesting to watch hers and see whether or not she manages to get them to grow using the method that she's going to do. As far as my other ones are concerned, this one has grown as I would have expected, with all the growth coming out the top. Although it's very, very slow. It seems to have got to this stage and then basically stopped growing. Hopefully now that the weather's warmed up again a bit, I'll get a bit more growth out of it, but it's very strong. My other little one that had only grown one root has now established a bit more of a root system, and I have actually now got some slips growing from it. But if it's anything like its friend over there, it'll probably be quite slow. The two Georgia Jets I've had a problem with. They don't store very well anyway. They're not long storers, and they are rotting. I had to put the other one into a pot, and all I have left is one leaf. It's very strong, so I'm going to leave it and see if there's tiniest little bit of growth coming out of there. But it's very pale in the leaf. But we'll see. And its friend has only got one slip. That also looks quite pale in the leaf. And the tuber itself looks as if it's starting to rot again. As I say, these are very short keepers. I might see if I can find some more and start those off again. There's still time. And this one is a new one that I've just started. And it's got one little root there. and not a lot else happening. But we'll see how long that takes, whether I can get that one ready for the season.